that is the instruments. Now, the dentist cannot do anything without the instruments. When I was a student in final year, so one of very senior teacher of mine, he asked me to define instrument. And I couldn't answer anything. Then he answered my query and he said, ma'am, student, the instrument is the extension of human hand to perform the given task. So all our instruments are our extensions, but what is required is the judicious use of the instruments with the passion in our heart so as to give a gentle touch to our patient, which will give us healing to our patients. So coming to the classification of instruments, as we all know, a question may be put, classify instruments. So the classification is given by Dr. G.V. Black and the Marzuk. So G.V. Black's classification, he has classified it into cutting instruments and non-cutting. In cutting, all those hand instruments, now probably we may need it in the pandemic, excavators, the chisels and others. So in excavators, hatchet, a hoe excavator, and all that you all know about it. And also you should learn about the non-cutting instruments. The classification given by Marzuk, I feel it is actually, he has done it as per our procedural use. So he has classified the instruments into first set, that is exploring instruments. Why we need exploration of the instrument is for the diagnosis of a defect. Now for diagnosis, only instruments, only we have instruments, it's not correct. We need a dry field and we need a proper illumination. So when you have a proper drying and proper illumination, then you will be able to see what is hidden over there. So in this, first class is exploring instruments for drying, for illumination, retractors, probes, separators, all this. The second set is instruments which are required for the tooth structure removal. That is preparation of the tooth. May it be for any kind of restorative material. So it is again divided into A, B and C. That is hand cutting instruments, rotary instruments and the ultrasonic instruments. Then we have a third set, that is all restoring instruments. Now we are going to have this mixing instruments ready, the packing instruments, the condensing instruments, burnishing instruments and the carving instruments. And the fourth is finishing and polishing of the instrument. So when a question is asked, you should be able to write a classification of the instruments given by Marzuk or Black, whatever is your teacher tells and whatever is the correct classification, you should know. The second question may be put to you is a very basic question again. It's a nomenclature of instruments. This is again given by our beloved G.V. Black, and he describes dental instrument as follows, which you all are very aware. First is order. Order is the purpose of the instrument. That is whether the instrument is used for excavation, whether it is used for burnishing or plugger, so on, whatever the function is. The suborder is it describes the position or manner of the use, where it will be a push or it will be a pull. In manner it is used, the direction of the instrument. The third is the class. It describes the form of the blade. For example, whether it is a cutting, okay, so maybe a chisel or a hatchet. Or if it is a burnishing instrument, it will be a burnishing like that. And the fourth is the subclass. That is, it denotes the angle or space of the shank. For example, whether it is a straight or whether there is no angle or whether there is any angle. Now, for the students, for Viva, what we all do is we have a tray in front of the examiners and on the table, and the examiner, he picks up an instrument and asks the student to describe for hand instrument. Okay, so this way you have to describe. That is, first you have to describe whether it is a hand instrument, whether it is a rotary instrument, whatever it is, and then go on describing the parts of the instrument. So the instrument is divided into three parts: the handle, the shank, and the blade. If it is a cutting instrument, it will be blade. If it is a packing instrument, for example, you want to condense silver amalgam, so you need a round or a parallelogram condenser. So there it will not be a blade. It will be called as nib, N-I-B. So nib is for the non-cutting instruments and blade is for cutting instruments. Now, if an examiner like me might ask you, what is the working part of the nib with which you are able to condense the silver amalgam, then the answer would be the working part of the nib is called as face of the instrument, which is serrated for silver amalgam restorations, because then it prevents the slippage of the instrument from the restoring surface. Now, the next question may be put to you is the instrument formula. This instrument formula, again given by Dr. G.V. Black. There are two types of instrument formula: 3-unit formula and a 4-unit formula. The first unit, it denotes the width of the blade. The second unit indicates the length of the blade in millimeters. First in tenths of millimeters, second is in millimeters, and third unit, it represents the angle of the blade relative to the long axis of the handle of the instrument. Okay. Now, there are certain instruments, for example, gingival margin trimmer or an angle former, which has a cutting edge is other than the 90 degrees angle. So, for those instruments, the fourth unit is placed. So, gingival marginal trimmer is a 4-unit formula. It has a 4-digit formula, 4-unit formula. So, this 4 unit, it denotes the angle between the cutting edge and the long axis of the handle of the instrument. But when you write the formula, then this 4th unit is placed in the second place. Now, for now, pardon me because there's some problem. Yeah, then we come to the, I think you all know, you have understood about the rotary instruments. I have not gone into the all the details of the instruments. So just because this is a revision class, so a few points and the answer point of view, it's all been taken. Then the rotary instruments. So these rotary instruments, we all very aware about the handpieces, the burrs, and all other finishing and polishing instruments. So you are all well versed with the handpieces and the micromotor handpieces, that is quadrangle attachments, straight handpiece, and the air rotor handpiece. But a word of caution in this COVID-19 is that all the aerosol generating procedures by use of air rotor handpieces are all, I mean, as far as possible, you are not supposed to use it only for emergency patient, that too in a separate chamber with the rubber dam in place. So we all know about the rotary handpiece and burrs. Then the rotary cutting instruments for this we all know that they are all called as, initially they used to call as, they used to be called as burrs. Okay, those were the burrs which had the material with which it is made up of, whether it is stainless steel, whether it is carbon steel, whether it is tungsten carbide. Okay, so the material with which it is made, those were classified. So they had the presence of blades, though they were termed as the burr. And then there are abrasives. All diamond are the abrasives because their mechanism action is different. So they are called as abrasives. So there is a classification of burrs. Just in a quick way we'll go. That is according to the mode of the attachment. If you are using for an air rotor, it will be a friction type. You are using it for a a micromotor, that is quadrangle handpiece conventional, it will be a latch type. According to its composition, it will be, as I already have told you, the tungsten carbide, the combination of both. Then again, it is depending upon the length of the shank, that is whether it is a long shank burr or it is a short shank burr, and all depending upon the shape of the burr, whether it is inverted cone, whether it is a tapered, cylindrical, whether it is a flat, whether it is spear, and all. So depending upon the shapes and depending upon this, that you all know about it. And also you should be able to tell about the description of the instrumentation. Now, that way every time we have to, sterilization protocol we have to follow. But now in this during COVID session and post-COVID session or era, I can call it, I have labeled it as an era. So there we have to be very, very careful about each and every instrument. May it be a critical instrument, may it be a semi-critical instrument, may it be your dental chair and all other things. So you have to follow the protocol of sterilization, which is given by, as per the CDC guidelines of 2003, and most probably now there is amendment by 2018. So all routine sterilization methods are there, but with this, the autoclave. And remember, before placing it to the autoclave, before placing it to the sterilization, you need to clean it. You need to have cleaning properly, and then in ultrasonic cleaner, and then subject to the sterilization to have